I'm Janet.
I'm Charlie.
And I am Marara. Rah. And didn't we have so much fun last week?
Oh, yes, we did. But last week was all about craft. It's a different week, but I'm sure that today's episode will top that. Right, Janet?
Definitely, Charlie. The KnowZone is always getting better. I'm especially looking forward to Junction teens.
Oh, well, personally, I'm looking forward to meeting Teacher Pendo for hot numbers and cool words, going with my Speedy out there, and of course, the big three.
Not forgetting bus stories, career zone, all within this fun-filled 1 hour show.
Well, I am so excited about the show, and I know what today's show is all about.
Really? I don't know. Why don't you share?
Well, no way. I can tell you, but I'll give you a hint. It's all about the sun and the rain.
Marara, that hint is too big. Now she knows for sure.
Actually, I don't know.
She doesn't know.
Well, why don't we go into the chill out zone and find out together?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Why don't we say a big hello to everyone who's watching us at home?
Hello.
Oh, well, hello, friends.
Hello, Marara.
I am so happy that you came to help us with the show, and we are going to have so much fun. Right?
Yes.
That's right. Now, to start us off with a flash, why don't we tell everyone what today's buzzwords are all about?
Well, Charlie, I can tell you that the show today is all about weather and climate.
I see. So Charlie using the word flash is very right. So can we tell everyone what the buzzwords are?
Barometer. Windsock. Wind vane. Pressure.
Excellent. Now, as we said, all these words are about weather and climate. So listen out for them throughout the episode and in the next program.
That's right. But for now, let's go to Makutano and find out what our friends are up to. It's time for
Junction teams.
Oh, here, Janet.
Thank you.
I miss Amishi. I wish she was here. She'd be so excited to enter the science fair.
Blah, blah, blah. Amishi. Dude, we need a break.
I have an idea. Maybe we should come together and do a project.
Yeah, cool.
We could build a barometer.
No, a wind vane is much cooler.
Says who? And who made you the queen of cool?
Kadogo.
Don't call me that. I'm a grown man. And you gotta respect that, woman. We're building a barometer.
A wind vane.
Barometer.
Hey, cool down, man.
Look, guys, time is of the essence and the competition is not far away, so we need to identify a project and get working on it immediately.
I think Bakari is right. We should vote on which project is going to the science fair.
Password. Cyclone. CYCL.
We're waiting.
CYCLONE. Wow, that was a tough one.
Freddy, we were just about to vote for the project that we're going to do for the science fair. Hi, Freddy.
Hi.
Remember, the project with the most votes wins. It's either wind vane or barometer. Let's start counting. Wind vane, 1 vote. Barometer, 1 vote. Barometer, 2 votes. Barometer, 3 votes. Wind vane, 2 votes. Wind vane, 3 votes. Wind vane, 4 votes. One more vote. Barometer, 4 votes. We have a tie.
We'll vote again.
I demand a recount.
Come on, this thing is taking forever.
Then it's simple. We're building a
Barometer.
Wind vane.
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 Barometer.
What's the matter with you two? You're acting like kids. You're always on each other's necks.
He started it.
Can we just find a solution? I'm hungry.
You're always hungry.
It's still a valid point.
Who says we have to do one project anyway?
You know, that's actually the first intelligent thing you've said all day. We can do both projects.
But see, I thought we were supposed to act as a team.
Well, maybe Dan and Brian have a point. Instead of continuing to argue, this sounds like a good compromise.
Yeah, and you can be in the project you like.
All right then. Those who wanted to build the barometer come to this side, and those who wanted to build the wind vane go to that side.
Freddie, you chose the wind vane.
Yeah.
Well, join us anyway. Whoa, I'll be one man short.
I should let him come if he wants to.
Actually, I don't want to be on Brian's team because I've always wanted to build the wind vane. So...
Great. Guys, let's go. We have work to do.
I can't believe Freddie.
Just take it easy. Just because he's your friend, it doesn't mean you have to do everything together.
Enough of the idle talk. Let's get down to business. As you all know, or let me not assume, a barometer is an instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure.
Thank you for telling us something we all know.
So we're gonna need the following to make one. A plastic cup, a piece of paper, a rubber band, a straw, and a marker pen, sellotape, and scissors.
This is what you need to build a wind vane. A ruler, a plain paper, 2 pieces of cardboard, a compass, scissors, a clear tape, a thumb back, unsharpened pencil, eraser, modeling clay, and markers.
Great, let's get started.
If you have any questions, just ask. All for one?
One for all.
We're so winning this.
It's not a competition.
Yeah, it's a fair. Many other people will be showcasing their science projects.
But as we started from the crowd.
Humble yourself, bro.
Leleti, you look so absent-minded today. What's bothering you?
Nothing.
Come on, spill it out.
You see, Freddie and I haven't been spending much time together, and he doesn't seem so eager to spend time with me. Like today, he came over because I invited him, and then he sided with Diana.
Come on. I'm sure Freddie still wants to spend time with you, and he does.
When I'm going to change teams.
Come on. You can't just leave because Freddie does not talk to you. You can't go nuts because of him. Right now, you need to focus on the fair.
So how's Amishi?
Why do you ask?
Why not?
Look, you've never cared about Amish or I before. In fact, you're always poking jokes about us.
If ironies should go into this direction, I reverse something simpler. Like what's the square root of 5,245?
Guys, I'll catch up with you. I left my hairband at the supermarket.
I think we have everything. We can get started.
Allow me.
Freddy, such a gentleman.
Shall we?
Wait, that's what I do it.
But you're overcrowding our working space.
But you're doing it wrong. That's what I showed you. Making a barometer is not difficult. Why have you stopped? Time is key.
Who told you our boss?
Yeah, stop bossing us around.
But the idea was mine, so I'm in charge.
We're supposed to work together as a team.
James, in this life there are leaders and there must be followers. That's how the universe works. None of you had a project in mind. I did. None of you came with prepared instructions on how to make a barometer. But I did.
Stop bossing us, Brian.
You know what? James and I can just decide to get our own supplies and we will make our own barometer as a team.
What?
Mutiny!
Vive la revolution!
Fine, I still have Leleti.
Look around, bro. Where is Leleti? You have no one.
No, we could have also made a windsock.
Yeah, but to invent it's much cooler. It's cool on how it rotates round and round. What was that?
What? I don't know.
Maybe a wild animal.
Leleti,
Oh, hi, Freddy. What are you doing here?
we were just on our way to school. What are you doing here?
I was on my way to school to get a notebook that has information on rain gauges and stuff.
Leleti, what are you doing here?
Nothing.
Freddy, let's go and finish up.
Stop trying to steal my Freddy.
Stealing who? What now?
Diana, why don't you just go on ahead without me? I have to talk to Leleti for a minute.
Relationship problems are getting in between me and my win.
You and your win. I thought there was no I in team. So, care to tell me the truth?
So, Abakari and I walking out?
Or do you, the leader, want to build the barometer on your own?
Sounds like we have a situation here.
Time is running out and the fair is tomorrow. I need to enter it.
Wait. Fine, we'll work as a team.
So, you were following us because you thought there was something going on between me and Diana?
Yeah. This isn't funny.
I mean, look, we're friends, and as friends, you should trust me. So now I have to go make the wind vane, and I hope you can trust me enough to work with Diana, or maybe you just want to plant a camera so you can continue spying on me.
No, you can go ahead. I've behaved badly today, and I haven't helped my team because I became paranoid and kind of weird.
Let me escort you to the hideout before you start acting weird again.
I'm really sorry I wasn't there in the beginning, guys.
Where were you?
I forgot to tell you this, guys, but she had a personal errand.
I think we should go and congratulate Diana's group. Remember, this wasn't a competition.
Guys, I think this was a great team effort.
Yeah, that's because there's no I in your team.
Wow, Brian's barometer looks awesome.
Yeah, we should go congratulate them.
That was a fantastic episode.
Oh, yes, it was. And I love the way they made all their instruments using the materials around them.
Yeah, it was nice to see the Junction teens remember the 3 R's. Reuse, recycle, reduce. Now, what about you? So, what buzzwords do you hear?
Barometer. Windsock. Wind vane. Pressure.
Eh, and I liked the way they made it so easily. You know, I think we should start having a weather report.
Why, Mara? The KnowZone always has sunny weather.
I know, but I think we should know if it changes or gets windy.
Okay, well, I have an idea. I know how you can make it windy. Let's get a fan.
Oh, wait! I know what that sound means. It's my favorite. It's time to learn something from Teacher Pendo. It's time for cool words.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Teacher Pendo.
Welcome to Cool Words. Now, today we are going to have different activities to do with the weather. Now, to start us off, I would like 2 volunteers from this studio class to read 1 stanza each from this poem. And then you at home and the rest of you can follow through as they read. Now, Gitonga and Mwende, would you read for us the poem?
See, lightning is flashing. The forest is crashing. The rain will come dashing. A flood will be rising anon.
The heavens are scowling. The thunder is growling. The loud winds are howling. The storm must come suddenly on.
Very good. Well done, both of you. Now, can somebody tell me what they think the poem is about?
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Mara.
I think this poem has to do with what happens when it rains.
Aha, very good. You are right. Any other ideas? Yes, Mara?
I think the poem describes how certain things behave when it rains.
That is correct. Now, apart from the rain, what else does the poet describe in the poem that comes with rain? Yes, Tegere?
Lightning flashing.
Very good. Someone else? Yes, Gitonga?
The storm has come.
Aha, very good. Yes, Mwende?
Thunder growling.
Aha, excellent.
Oh, Teacher Pendo, winds howling.
Aha, brilliant.
I think I've noticed something. Growling, howling, rhyming words. Ooh, ain't I clever?
Yes, you are a clever lion indeed. Well, that's a very good observation, and I'm sure everyone else noticed that as well. Now, the words lightning, thunder, and storm are what we see and hear when it rains. However, when we see wind, rain, or sun on any given day, we say that that is the weather on that day. Now, what is the weather today? Yes, Mora?
It is sunny today.
Great. And I hope we now understand what it means when we talk about weather.
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Mara?
I have a question. Now, sometimes I hear people talking about climate. Is that the same as weather?
Aha, well, Marara, what you observe as the weather over a period of time in a given place is called climate. Now, an example in a sentence would be, the climate in our country is very good for tourism. Now, let's read these words together.
Likely. Unlikely. Certainly. Lucky. Unlucky.
Aha, very good. Now, from our discussion earlier, we agreed that the weather is sunny today. Now, are there any clouds in the sky? Yes, Tagere?
No, Teacher Pendo, there are no clouds in the sky.
Aha, when there are clouds in the sky, we say it is cloudy. Now, sometimes there could be rain clouds. Now, we could use the words likely and unlikely to describe the weather by saying it is likely to rain this afternoon, or we are unlikely to get rain this afternoon as there are no clouds in the sky. Now, we use the word certainly when we are sure something is going to happen. Now, I would like now you and you at home to look at the sentences on the board and choose the appropriate word to fill in the blanks. Now, we are going to use the following words: likely, unlikely, certainly, lucky, unlucky. Now, who would like to go first? Yes, Gitonga?
The children certainly had that thunder after the lightning.
Very good. The children certainly had the thunder after the lightning. Very good. Next sentence. Yes, Mwende?
He was lucky to be in the house during the heavy storm.
He was lucky to be in the house during the heavy storm. Next sentence. Yes, Mora?
The heavy rain was likely to cause floods downstream.
Very good. The heavy rain was likely to cause floods downstream. Next sentence.
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Mara.
With the rain falling heavily, it was unlikely for the clothes to dry.
Brilliant. With the rain falling heavily, it was unlikely for the clothes to dry. And the last sentence. Yes, Tegere?
The man was unlucky to have been in the car that was involved in an accident.
Very good. The man was unlucky to have been in the car that was involved in an accident. Well done, everyone. Now, I'd like you to look at the following letters. PH. When a P is followed by an H, the sound changes from a hard P sound that we're used to with words beginning with P. For example, picture, piano, and painting. Whereas with a PH, it sounds softer, almost as if the letter F is present.
Well, Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Mara.
I'm not sure I understand.
Don't worry. Now let's look at these two words together and let's read them out loud together.
Few. Few.
Well done.
Oh, Teacher Pendo?
Yes.
I think I understand now. PH does sound like an F.
Very good. Now, I'd like each of us to come up with a word that chooses PH. Now, who would like to go first? Yes, Gitonga?
Photo.
Photo, brilliant. Someone else? Yes, Mwende?
Graph.
Graph, excellent. Someone else? Marara?
Oh, phone.
Phone, brilliant. Someone else? Mora?
Philosophy.
Philosophy, excellent. One more? Yes, Tagere?
Phantom.
Phantom, well done, all of you. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and we'll see you next time for more cool words.
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Mara.
I have a question. If we added an H to his name, would he be called Masfidi?
Well, I think he just might. Now, talking of Maspidi, it is time to see what he's up to on this week's Out There.
Taking time to go out and play in school and even home with your friends can be very entertaining. This is because you have lots of fun and even make more friends. Oh, I love playing. Well, every child has a right to enjoy their childhood. And so they have a right to life, food, shelter, and protection against any form of abuse. But there is one thing that's affecting the rights of children in developing countries, hence affecting their lives. Climate change. Let me tell you all about it. Even though the Earth has no thermostat, it does have its own control system. The oceans, the land, the air, the plants and the animals, and the energy from the sun all affect each other to make everything work in harmony. Nothing changes in one place without changing something else in another place. The overall effect gives us our global climate. Our planet temperature is warming up fast and faster than any time scientists know about from their studies of the Earth's entire history. Scientists have discovered that humans are causing this warming. Global climate change is affecting the quality of the people's livelihood due to the poor weather and climate conditions. Because of this, the quality and quantity of food supplies is lower, hence affecting the social economic lives of the people. For example, in Kenya, Maasai's herdsmen are being displaced and losing their traditional livelihoods as global warming destroys their rangeland. What will happen to us and other living things if the planet keeps getting warmer? The effects of longer and more intense droughts, repeated floods, and shifting seasons will create more community pressures that will result in everyone, including children, being more at risk. The big question is, what are we doing that could cause the whole planet to get warmer? A healthy natural environment is essential to reduce the effects of climate change. Activities like burning of fossils, deforestation, and industrialization contribute to the rise in the emission of carbon dioxide. Although some efforts are in place to protect our natural environment, we need to do more. This sounds like one big problem that is all over. How can you help reduce or stop climate change? Well, just stop worrying about it and be part of the solution. Somewhere in Kajiado district, in Kenya, children from Isinya Primary School have realized that damage caused by the climate change in their area is not a distant concern. And so, under the Climate Action Program for Schools and Youth, they have come together to form the Isinya Environment Club.
Wow, I'm here with friends.
In this club, with the guidance of Njeri Kuria, who is the project leader, pupils are getting the opportunity to nurture their compassion and discover how climate change is affecting them in their area and what positive actions they can take. Through thought-provoking activities such as mapping and small-scale farming, Njeri Kuria guides the pupils to show them how their positive engagement in the issues within the community, in their perspective, can really influence change for better lives. Mapping is an interactive exercise that allows the selection of key locations in your area to access information about the impact of the local climate, projects that are helping to combat difficulties, and personal stories from the community. Look, everyone is so busy. After sketching and transferring the map of the Isinya area, the next step is to find out all the concerns as well as the organizations and community actions in this place. This is done by sticking colored dots to the different area points, marking the danger zones, the disaster zones, and the action zones, and at the same time sticking notes to explain what's happening in that particular area. Let's start by locating all the major social amenities and the community action points in this map. The positive action points in this map include a ranch, a tree nursery, a senior town, and a hospital. So these areas are action zones where positive action is taking place, so we mark them green. There is also the slum next to the town, and so just like any other slum in Kenya, it is facing a decline of the basic amenities like water, food security, and proper hygiene. Hence, this is a danger zone, so we mark it yellow. Deko Mohammed and her friends have realized that poor environmental management contributes to violations of children's rights by increasing hazards and limiting agricultural productivity, and therefore increasing their vulnerability to climate change. And so, while doing the exercise, this group is analyzing their current area situations and then demonstrating action plans, hence proposing adaptation future actions for the benefit of their communities. Deco tells me that through such exercises, their group has been able to recognize ways in which climate change is undermining their rights as children, and they have started taking action. For example, lack of access to water is threatening their livelihoods, and so they propose the need to collect and store rainwater and dig boreholes. For the slum area, this group points out the need to promote community awareness on basic sanitation and security boost. Look, they're having so much fun. And they are definitely taking positive actions like gardening, planting more trees, and creating environmental awareness. Even though, as children, you might feel like you lack the voice or power to stop further environmental degradation in your area, from today's Out There, it is a lesson that all children, including you, must have a voice on matters concerning climate change. It is your right to participate in environmental management and to take action to change behavior in your community and nationally. Well, it's been a great outing for me, and the senior primary school is definitely an action zone as we are the environment champions. Yay! Till next time, bye!
Oh, Janet, I really loved my speedy strips. Did you see all the really nice instruments at the weather center?
Yes, we did, Mara.
Yeah, I liked the place. I mean, I knew that trees played a part in the making of rain and the water cycle, but I didn't know it was that important.
Well, I knew about that. You see, Wanja taught me that if we cut one tree, we should plant 2 more to replace it.
Oh, wait, 1, 2, that sounds like a math alert.
And that calls for tension, suspense, drama, and a whole lot of numbers.
Well, it's time for the Big 3.
Welcome to the Big 3. Now here, it's all about numbers. We have 2 teams. We have 3 sums, and we have 5 seconds for each team to solve each sum. The winner is the team that solves the most sums correctly. Now they get to take these wonderful books back to their school, courtesy of our friends, the Longhorn Publishers.
Now, if the scores are tied at the end, we move into a tiebreaker question.
Right, in this game you only hear the question once, and you'll only see the question written down at the end of the game.
Now, you must answer the question and write down your answer on the answering pads provided within 5 seconds, or your answers will not count even if they're correct. Are the rules clear?
Excellent. Now, for you at home, try and see how many sums you can solve. See if you are as good or better than our winning team. Now, Marara, do you have your stopwatch?
Oh yes, the clock is ready.
Excellent. The clock is ready. Let's get into our first question. 6 multiplied by 6 minus 2 plus 8 divided by 2 is what?
And starts the clock. And stop.
Okay, time is up. Stop writing. Let's move on to the next sum, please. 12 plus 6 times 2 plus 8 divide by 4 equals...
Starts the clock. And stop.
Ooh, that is proving to be a little bit intense. We have 1 question left. Let's see how our teams do. 10 plus 4 times 6 minus 4 divided by 8 is what?
Starts the clock. And stop. Time's up. Time is up.
Okay, it's time to see how the teams did. So, Team A, please show us your answer for the first sum.
Wow. Oh, they didn't complete the sum. Wow.
A blank. Team B, let's see yours.
And Team B, they also ran out of time.
Okay.
Ooh, well, let's solve the sum together. All right? Sum number 1. 6 times 6, that's 36. Minus 2, that is 34. plus 8, that's 42, divided by 2, the answer is 21.
Ooh, sorry teams, but do not worry, we still have 2 more sums to go. So team A, please show us your answer for the second sum.
Oh, that's 4.
Team B, let's see yours.
Oh, they didn't finish.
Charlie, take it away.
Let's find out together if Team A got the question right. 12 plus 6. The answer is 18. Multiplied by 2, that's 36. Plus 8. Now 36 plus 8, it's a bit of a difficult sum, but 36 plus 8 is 44. Divided by 4, the answer is 11.
Oh, wow. 11.
Team A, you tried on that one. Team B, let's hope that you finished the third sum. So Team A, please show us your answer for the third sum.
So Team A have... Wow, they didn't finish.
Okay, Team B, let's see your answer.
And Team B have a 10. Wow. Well, Charlie?
Well, let's find out if Team B has snuck a win here. 10 plus 4, that's 14. Multiplied by 6. This is a very tough sum right there, Janet. Can you help me with this one? 14 times 6.
84.
That is 84. Minus 4. The answer to that is 80. Divided by 8. The answer, oh my, I'm so sorry, Team B. The answer is 10.
Oh, congratulations, Team B, on that lucky win, because that was our last sum. But Team A, do not worry. I'm sure you taught Marara something there.
Yeah, congratulations once again, Team B. You are today's winners of our textbooks.
And for you at home, if you enjoyed playing the Big Three, do not forget to join Teacher Pendo on Hot Numbers.
Now that was an exciting round of the Big Three. For a second, I thought we were going to go into a tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, and I'm really excited about the show. Now, Charlie, what's next?
Oh, you know how we roll? It's about to get crazy. We have Hot Numbers, Wild Zone, not to mention my favorite game, Spell It.
That's right, so don't go away. We'll be back with a lot more fun and learning right here on the KnowZone.
Have some fun in the KnowZone.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, we are glad to have you with us. Now, why don't we start by saying what the buzzwords are for everyone at home?
Barometer, windsock, wind vane, pressure.
Excellent. Now, all these buzzwords teach us more about weather and climate. I wonder what the weather is like in the wild.
Well, Janet, you see, the wild zone is not like the KnowZone. Sometimes it's hot and sometimes it rains really hard.
Well, I suppose that's a good thing, isn't it, Mara?
Oh, yes, it is. It keeps the ground green and the plants growing.
Well, actually, it's also a good thing because then the animals get free showers.
Charlie. Animals don't need showers. They use their tanks to clean themselves or a mud bath.
Okay, but right now it's time for us to go to the wild and find out what Marara's friends are up to on Wild Zone. Charlie, remote.
I don't have...
Charlie, I'm serious. Mora.
Thanks, Mara.
Welcome to the Wild Zone. Now on this week's episode, we are going back to the States to find out how our big guy is getting on.
For Big Guy and his mother, changes in the Everglades have made life more difficult, as it has for other animals, some of which the panther heavily depends on. like this marsh deer, a small version of the whitetail that is adapted to the harsh conditions of the swamp. Its numbers, as well as its size, have been lowered by hunting pressure and loss of habitat. Until recently, deer roamed in large numbers through the slash pine forests that once covered much of southern Florida and were main food source of the large cats living at the top of the food chain. But Big Guy would find it more difficult than his ancestors did to find good hunting grounds. Deer were replaced by settlers who cleared the land for cattle. Then an enormous boom in population and development hit southern Florida, destroying prime habitat forever. Big Guy and his mother, who would soon be parting, were pushed further into the wetlands. But even these wetlands are not without problems of their own. Once, most of southern Florida looked like this, decorated by millions of waterfalls in a profusion unrivaled anywhere in the world. But a century ago, hunters began killing the birds in great numbers, taking only their delicate breeding grounds, which were sold to decorate fashionable huts. Since then, the populations have continued to decline, and today less than 10% of the great former flocks of egrets, herons, and storks still share Big Guy's water. As the water levels fall, many key foods become more accessible, if you're a clever enough fisherman. Egrets flap their wings and trail their yellow feet to herd the fish out into the open. But Big Guy must hunt from cover, taking live prey whenever possible. Like the otter, he's an opportunist and a skillful hunter. The otter represents a perfect case of adaptation to an unusual environment. Its whole body is flawlessly designed for fast, graceful movement in water. It will make a good dinner if Big Guy can catch it, but it is a quick and wily opponent. From the log, it can dive with great accuracy to seek its own prey. In a world that is both land and water, it is a great advantage to be equally at home with either. In its own way, the otter is as perfectly designed a predator as the panther. Its sharp teeth are the perfect instruments for catching and devouring.
That was so clever. Be sure to tune in next week in the Wild Zone.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, me too. You know, every time I watch the Wild Zone, I want to go back and join my friends.
I know. Mara, first the weather is hot, then it's cold. How do you animals survive?
Charlie, animals are tough. We can handle the heat and the cold.
Wow. Now, if you would like to know more about these tough animals and Marara's friends, all you have to do is become a member of the KnowZone Club.
That's right. Just text the word zone plus your name and address to 5606.
And you will become an instant KnowZone Club member.
And don't forget to ask your parents to help you send the text.
I think I know what that means. It's time for hot numbers.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Chapendo.
Welcome to this week's Hot Numbers section. Today, we shall be looking at how to measure time. Yes, Marara?
I would just like to point out that I came very prepared for this lesson.
That's a very beautiful watch, Marara.
Yes, very well prepared indeed. And thank you, Teacher Pendo. It was a birthday gift.
Well, that's very lucky of you. Now, we all know how to tell time, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Good. Now, can anyone tell me what units we use to measure time? Yes, Wanjiro?
We measure time in seconds, minutes, and hours.
Aha, that's an excellent answer. Well done. And what is the relationship between these numbers?
Wait. 60 seconds make 1 minute. 1 minute make 60 minutes. Wow. 60 minutes make 1 hour.
Very good, Marara. Okay. Now, since we know that there are 60 seconds in a minute, we can convert minutes to seconds by multiplying them by 60. Now, in the same way, we can convert seconds to minutes by dividing them by 60. Now, let's walk through some examples. Now, to recap, we shall be converting minutes into seconds by
Multiplying by 60.
And we shall be converting seconds into minutes by
Dividing by 60.
Very good. So who would like to go first? 55 minutes. Yes, Marenge?
55 minutes equals to 3,300 seconds.
Very good. 3,300 seconds. Excellent. What about 17 minutes? Yes, Mokaya?
17 minutes equals to 1,020 seconds.
1,020 seconds. Excellent. 720 seconds?
Oh, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Mara.
I know that one. 720 seconds, it's equals to 12 minutes.
Excellent. 12 minutes. What about the last one? 660 seconds? Yes, Faith?
660 seconds equals to 11 minutes.
Excellent. 11 minutes. Well done, all of you. Now, there are two systems used when one is dealing with time. The first and most commonly used one is a 12-hour system. Now, in this system, the 24 hours of the day are divided into two. Now, it uses AM to represent the first 12 hours of the day. Now, this is a time after midnight and before 12 noon. AM is an abbreviation that stands for after midnight. Okay, now to represent the last 12 hours of the day, the system uses PM. Now this is a time in the afternoon and evening hours that comes after 12 noon and before 12 midnight.
So, Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara?
Does PM stand for past midday?
Yes, it does, Marara. Now, it's my turn to ask you a question, Marara. What time did you wake up today?
At 6:30 sharp.
Was it AM or PM?
Oh, sorry, Teacher Pendo. It was 6:30 a.m.
Aha, very good. And Wanjiro, what time did you eat your lunch?
At 12:30 p.m.
Aha, very good. And what time did you, Marenge, finish school?
12:30 p.m.
Brilliant. And what time, Mokai, did you go to sleep?
At 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Okay. And what time did you arrive to school?
At 8:15 a.m.
Very good. Now, the second system is called the 24-hour system. Now, this system gives time in terms of how many hours have passed after midnight. Now, this system uses 4 digits to write time. The first 2 digits tell us how many hours from midnight, while the last 2 digits tell us how many minutes past the hour. For example, 11:24 a.m. in the 24-hour system is written as 11:24 hours. That is 11 hours, 24 minutes after midnight. Now, 4:40 a.m. is written as 04:40 hours. Now, as you can see, we have added a 0 in front of the 4. Now, this is because this system uses 4 digits to write time. So if the time has only 3 digits, then we add a 0 at the beginning to make up for the missing digit. Now comes the tricky part. Converting time from PM in the 12-hour system to the 24-hour system is a 2-step process. Now, we first write out the number in the 24 format. Now, this is in the case of 7 p.m. So we write it as 0700 hours. Now, the next step is we add 1200 to the 700. We do this to differentiate AM from PM, as 0700 stands for 7 AM. So 7 PM becomes 1900 hours in the 24-hour system. So at 7 p.m., a total of 1900 hours have passed after midnight. Now let's do the same for this other example. So first things first, we convert it to the 24-hour format. So it becomes 0234 hours, and then we add 1200 hours. And what do we get?
1434 hours.
Well, good. 1434 hours. Excellent. Well, now we know how to convert time from the 12-hour system to the 24-hour system. To convert time from the 24-hour system to the 12-hour system is very straightforward. If the time is in the 24-hour system is less than 12, we know it is AM. And if it's more than 12, we know it is PM. And we just need to minus 12. So 0455 hours is 4:55 a.m. and 2100 hours is 9 p.m.
Right, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Mara.
Because 21 is over 12, we know it's PM. And 21 minus 12 is 9.
Great. Well, that's all we have time for today, but make sure you join us next time for more hot numbers.
Well, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Mara.
I think I've really mastered time.
That's good to know. But do you know what it's time for now?
Teacher Pendo?
Yes.
Is it the 12-hour system or the 24-hour system?
Well, you can use either. But now it's time to see what's happening on this week's Career Zone.
Hello, can you tell us a little about yourself?
My name is Njeri Kuria. I work with AMIS Africa. I work under Kenya Climate Challenge Project. I work with children, guiding them on climate change adaptation and child-led disaster risk reduction.
Did you need any qualifications, training, or experience for your job?
Yeah, you need qualifications. I studied in Kenyatta University for 4 years. I studied environmental studies.
What is the best aspect of your job?
The best aspect of my job is that I love working with children. I love inspiring them to do something about their communities and the areas and the localities that they come from, developing those practical models and inspiring other children to do something about the environment.
What are the main challenges of your job?
We implement this project as an extracurricular, so it means we work through clubs. And sometimes that is not easy because children also have to do their other studies and they also have to do the projects within their studies. The other challenge is sometimes we don't have, maybe when they're doing agriculture, we don't have adequate water in the school, or some schools don't have adequate space to do farming. So we have such kind of missing basic infrastructure that could really assist in the project.
What advice would you give anyone interested in your line of work?
this is the advice that I would like to give to the 12-year-olds out there, that environment is cool enough to be your career in future. The environment is a place where our lifeline is based. That if we don't take care of our environment, then we are at peril. We are at a place whereby we cannot sustain ourselves. So it's a career that you can choose, and as Wangari Maathai used to say, if you don't conserve nature, nature will destroy you.
Wow, that was an informative career zone.
Yes, I know, Charlie. I must go and make my own instruments, just like the Junction teams.
Have fun, Mariah, but remember to get an adult to help you.
Don't worry, Charlie. Camera would help me, won't you? Right. Well, I have to go right now. Bye.
Okay, as Marana goes off, let us get to the most demanding part of the show.
Oh yes, that's right. It's time for us to put our brains into gear because it's time for Spell It.
Animal, chapter, building, narrow, respect, deep, vegetable, work.
Welcome to Spell It. Wanjiru, Maroa, and Faith. You are about to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight to compete for the title of today's KnowZone Spelling Champion. Now, the winner will walk away with their very own KnowZone dictionary.
Each contestant has just 30 seconds to spell correctly as many words as possible. If you would like to hear the word again, just say repeat, and the word will be repeated for you. Each word is worth 1 point. So the more words you spell correctly, the higher your chances of winning. Are the rules clear?
Yes. All right, Faith, you are up first. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Faith, your 30 seconds start now.
Cold.
C-O-L-D.
Clouds.
C-L-O-U-D-S.
Floods.
F-L-O-O-D-S.
Vein.
Repeat.
Vein.
Next.
Wind.
W-I-N-D.
Pressure.
P-R-E-S-S-U-R-E.
Weather.
W-E-A-T-H-E-R.
Report.
R-E-P-O-R-T.
Showers.
S-H-O-W.
Well done, Faith.
Good. Marwa, you are up next. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Marwa, your 30 seconds starts now.
Hot.
H-O-T.
Cool.
C-O-O-L.
Warm.
W-A-R-M.
Forecast.
F. Next.
Rainbow.
R-A-N-B-O-W.
Stormy.
S-T-R-O-M-Y.
Sunshine.
S-U-N-S-H-U.
Time's up.
Good. Wanjiru, you are up next. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Wanjiru, your 30 seconds start now.
Ice.
I-C-E.
Flash.
F-L-A-S-H.
Snow.
S-N-O-W.
Haze.
Next.
Cyclone.
S-Y-C-L-O-N-E.
Hurricane.
Next.
Measure.
M-E-S-S-U-R-E.
Sunstroke.
S-U-N-S-T-R-A-W.
Hailstone.
H-I-L-S.
Good job, Wanjiru.
That was very, very tight. I think it's time we give the results. Wanjiru, you did not finish the word hailstone. Maroa, you did not finish the word sunshine. And although all the letters you gave for stormy were correct, they were in the wrong order. The stormy you spelled was S-T-R-O-M-Y. Faith, you did not finish the word showers. That being said, in third place, we have Maroa. Let's give him a round of applause. Which leaves us with Faith and Wanjiru. And I can now announce that the winner of KnowZone Spell It is Faith. Let's give her a round of applause. Well done. You are today's KnowZone Spell It champion. Show everyone at home your dictionary. A round of applause.
Wow, congratulations, Faith. Now, Maroa and Wanjiru, we have prizes for you too for spelling as many words correctly, thanks to our friends, the Longhorn Publishers. And that was an exciting game of Spell It.
I know, it was so intense. But right now, I'm in the mood for something else.
Are you talking about food?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, that would be an excellent alternative right now. But I was thinking something a little different. You know what I'm talking about, camera 4, right? Right?
Come on, guys, let me in on your secret.
All right. I'll give you a hint. There's a bus. All right. Our friends are in the bus. They tell stories.
Aha! I know what that means. It's time for bus stories.
Why is this taking so long?
I know, and Chamutinda has the last lesson in 6 East. The way he doesn't finish them.
What? No, I better look for a pillow.
Instead of sleeping, why don't you tell us a story?
No. Specs, you're the one who likes talking. Why don't you tell them a story? The floor is yours.
Well, I did have this story I wanted to tell you. Whenever you say that, your stories are normally very boring.
Okay, you can tell the story to yourself. I'm just going to sleep.
Zawadi. Specs, your stories are very interesting. Tell us one.
So one particular day, the magic bus was taking the magic 4 home when a mischievous Chuma decided to take a detour. I think he had some errands to run. Anyway, after the bus had landed in a strange clearing, Bumba, Raha, Zawadi and Specs had a few minutes to kill, and they spotted a nearby forest. Well, obviously they couldn't let a forest go unexplored. As they were walking through the forest, the group noticed a huge, ugly, rusty container, almost the size of this school bus, but it was circular in shape. Of course, we were curious what it could be, and what it was doing in the middle of the forest. Bumba and I were curious and wanted to go in, but the girls were skeptical and warned us. "Guys, let's leave it alone and go back to the bus," said a scared Raha. "Yes, it's getting late. We don't know who put it there and why it is there," added Zawadi. There was no way the boys were going to walk away from such an intriguing big toy. "We will only take a minute," said Specs as he moved closer and closer to the container, inspecting every bit of it. Suddenly, Specs found a door that opened with a slight push. There was a small staircase that led inside. "Come on, guys, let's check it out," said Specs. "Guys, leave this thing alone. Let's go," shouted Raha. By this time, Zawadi had also gotten intrigued by this container, so Zawadi convinced Raha that it will only take a minute. A reluctant Raha followed suit as the rest got into the container. What they saw inside was amazing. It was like a music studio with big TVs on the walls. Inside, they found a table, like a control machine of sorts. "Wow," said the boys in fascination. "This is a spaceship," exclaimed Boomba. The intrigued boys opened the door to another room, which had a few beds and a TV room. They were getting so excited, but Raha was getting worried sick. "I have a bad feeling about this. Let's get out of here," she said. "Chick, take a chill pill. Have some sense of adventure," Zawadi said, telling her off.
So why didn't Raha just leave them?
Knowing Raha, she was too scared to walk alone in the forest.
Yes, that was one reason.
Oh, so there are more reasons as to why Raha didn't leave them.
Yeah, peer pressure. You see, as young people grow up, they tend to do what their friends tell them to do. That's what happened to Raha.
So, did they check to see if the spaceship was still working?
Yes, in the excitement, Specs pressed a button that closed the door. The door shut itself so fast and loud. This got the boys excited, but Raha was a bit scared. "Now what are you doing? You said you wouldn't touch things. What if the door refuses to open?" cried out Raha. "Relax," Specs said as he pressed the button again. But instead of the door opening, the engine of the spaceship started. The boys were in a mixture of excitement and fear. Zawadi was now getting slightly worried. "All right, guys, we've had enough fun. Let us get out of here," she said. But the boys would not listen. They wanted to press yet another button, and that is exactly what they did. And before they knew it, the spaceship was taking off from the ground. The TV screens on the wall came alive, and the kids could see where they were heading. The spaceship went higher and higher. Everyone except Specs was now very scared. "How do we get this thing to stop?" exclaimed a scared Boomba. "I don't know," said excited Specs. "Let's wait and see where it will take us," he said confidently. Raha's tears started welling up in her eyes as she shouted at her friends that she had warned them that this was a bad idea. The spaceship went higher and higher, faster and faster at supersonic speed. We saw the trees and homes getting smaller and smaller. The spaceship then burst into the clouds, through the sky, and got out of the earth. It entered into the solar system, and though we were scared, we were amazed by the sun, the moon, and the planets. The spaceship suddenly changed direction and headed straight into the planet with a ring around it, Saturn, and started descending fast and faster. We of course panicked. Specs tried to press the buttons, but nothing was working. "Oh dear, we're going to crash," we all cried out as we got nearer and nearer the ground.
So, did Specs manage to save the day? And were you guys feeling the heat from the sun?
Guys, I can only answer one question at a time. We didn't feel the heat from the sun because we're in the spaceship. And about crashing, no, we did not crash. What we didn't know is that a spaceship has a mind of its own, and it can do as it wants.
So, could you give us more?
So, as it descended fast, we were holding tight to our dear lives. Suddenly, we heard the engines of the spaceship slowly cooling down, and it came to an abrupt halt on the ground. As panicked as we were, we opened our eyes and looked through the screens, and we saw that we had stopped on top of some rocks. The land was deserted and dry, and we promised each other that we were just having a quick look before going back home. Raha thought it was a bad idea, but she couldn't do anything to stop us. As they stepped outside, the ground suddenly started shaking. Looking straight ahead in the distance, we saw some tall figures approaching. They took big, fast steps towards us. "Aliens!" shouted Specs. "They'll eat us alive," added Boomba. "Quick, back into the ship. Let us get out of here." We quickly closed the door and tried to start the ship, but it wouldn't start. The aliens arrived at the spaceship and started shaking it up. They were kicking it and shaking us senseless in the spaceship. "Guys, we have to find another way back home. This isn't working," shouted Specs in the midst of all the loud noise from the aliens. "Oh dear, I should have not come with you guys. I should have just gone home alone," cried Raha. "Me too," added Zawadi. "This is not the time to regret, guys. If we are going to go home alive, we need to focus," said Boomba.
Raha suddenly spotted a big red button marked "Very Bad Emergency." She wanted to press it, but the others disagreed. "What if it opens the door?" said Specs. "Or what if it's a self-destruct button?" pondered Boomba. But Raha turned around and explained that she had listened to them all day, and look at the trouble they were in. Raha pressed the button. At first, nothing happened. The magical four looked at each other. But then suddenly, the ship started to grumble into life. "It's working!" exclaimed Zawadi. The ship's thrusters lifted it off, and before they knew it, they were hurtling through the solar system at lightning speed. Next thing they knew, they had landed. The door opened and nervously they peered outside. They quickly realized that they were back in the forest. Raha had saved the day. As they headed back to the bus, Raha announced that she wasn't going to be pressurized into doing anything she didn't want to do in the future. The others were just glad they were safe.
That was a great story, but I think the aliens just wanted to be friends.
What? Those aliens with huge eyes, mouths that looked like yours? No, they did not want to have a chit-chat with us.
And those are the dangers of peer pressure. We have to learn when to say no to things that we do not agree with.
Imagine what would have happened if those guys didn't have powers. And bet that Specs was just happy that he had been to another planet. Something that doesn't happen every day.
That's a very creative story, Specs. If only your compositions were that creative.
My next composition, I'll get 40 out of 40.
Wow, I really love that story. And you know our friends Boomba and Specs have such big imaginations.
Yes, they do. That was a great story.
I know. Did you all enjoy bus stories?
Well, sadly, we have run out of time for today.
But we love having you helping us with the show. Did you enjoy?
Excellent. And we loved having you as well. Now remember, we will be back next week with a brand new show on